Hi guys, what's going on? This is Namkraft and welcome to the Starcraft English commentary. I'm gonna be giving you another guaranteed game to be epic, handpicked by me. This is once again part of the DPL series. We're going to be having a PvZ with the Protoss Prince Bisu on the line, and he's going to be facing up against Soulkey, the reigning ESL champion. If you did not watch that previous PvZ, which was ridiculously good, go ahead and check the link in the description. The previous game in this playlist, it was played between Snow and Jadon. That game was awesome. And let's hope for more crazy epicness this time around. Of course, Bisu is known to be a very strong PvZ in the old days. Nowadays, you know, sometimes if he's on vacation, he sucks, but otherwise he's been doing quite okay. Gateway opening after the pylon being made on the low ground, and he seems to be coming up with scout. This map is the Eclipse. I'll just quickly show you the map. Bottom left Bisu, top right is going to be Soulkey, and here are the win rates for this map so that you can all have an understanding. For Protoss player, the win rate for the various maps are as follow. And where is Eclipse? Hold on, guys. To get the Eclipse map, this is the wrong seed. This is the correct seed. There it is. Eclipse is 46.4% win rate. I mean, this is including the old Eclipse, so it's not, it's not 100% accurate. Anyways, we have a small dance between the probe and the drone. This is a common tactic by the Protoss player to try to fake the enemy into thinking that it is going to be a pylon and forge rush, on kind of like a cheese, but it's not. It's not the case. And we do have the Zelle coming out now. For the drone coming from Soulkey, he's going to be looking forward to go for a quick expansion, moving towards the 1 o'clock position. The Zelle has made about 1 click away there, so let's see how much damage he can do with holding high. This map Eclipse, I don't really like it for Protoss because the Zerg player can get 3 bases relatively easy. The 3rd base is relatively easy to hold because it's got a very narrow ramp, unless early on you pressure with a massive amount of Zelle speed, but usually you don't. And in the mid part of the game, actually the Protoss player often gets boxed in due to the Zelle player like a little bit. So let's see if this is going to have a chance to win here. And let me once again just update you with Eagle's situation this week. Maybe you've already seen it in the previous video. So players, Broodwar number 1 is best, number 2 is Flash, number 3 is Sharp, and then Snow. Bisu is not on this list. Soulkey has fallen down to number 6, number 6, but he's still quite strong. So let's see how these guys are going to be coming out here. The ASL Season 20 will not start anytime soon. We're going to be waiting for the players to test out the new ASL Season 20 map. Some of the players are playing these maps right now, but not in this particular series of DPL. They have not yet switched into the new map. Looks like Bisu's gotta have to make whatever he wants to make in that side there. It's possibly a core. He's waiting for it. He's trying to hold with as much vigor as possible. Only 4 Zealot and 2 probe, and finally we do have the core coming out. Like I mentioned to you in my previous cast, going for this core on the front side, it gives you the benefit that you don't get the forge upgrade cancel when it is the time for you to kind of face against Hydralisk busts. But if you do not get your if you don't get your Dragoon range upgrade on time in the mid game, you'll be facing a different kind of problem. So keep that in mind. We've seen several players, notably Mini, who is able to kind of enjoy the early stage of the game with the fast Zealot with lag, and then the +1 upgrade for the Zealot. But later on, when it comes to the time to upgrade the Dragoon range, the core get destroyed and they could not break out of their base, and so that is a hard lesson learned here for a lot of Protoss players. But for the time being, looks like Bisu is going to apply the pressure with the 4 Zealots. He might want to kind of move away with his 2 other Zealots as well, because looks like these 4 Zealots that reach this area, he's going to try to hold, and the other 2 Zealots going to try to go inside the main. And what is he trying to attack here? You need to see what's in the main. I think he saw that there are no drones, there are just some Zerglings, so he's going to try to attack those Zerglings and buy some time. Maybe it's going to be the time, I think, for Bisu to move his 2 other Zealot on the high ground and try to hold the mineral area behind the choke. We're going to be having Zerg with speed coming out now, so Bisu's going to be super careful. He's going to get surrounded. It's going to be better for him to actually send the rest of the Zealot to mix in with the 4 Zealot. And, you know, on the ramp, he's not doing that, and he's going to get attacked from both sides. How is Bisu doing? He loses the other 3 Zealot, and that was a mistake. Like I was telling you, in the moment he see a lot of Zealot, he need to send the other 2 Zealots to the mineral line together. If he had 4 Zealots behind the mineral line, it's very easy to hold, and he's gonna make the enemy waste a lot of Zerglings to kill out his Zealot. But now he lost those 4 Zealots. I think he traded something like 5 or 6 Zerglings, which is not really ideal. In this case, we have the first core set. Is going to be a single Stargate core set coming out from Bisu. This is going to be, it's not going to be double Stargate. We are seeing the core upgrade for the time being. The upgrade is going to be for the what is this? For the for the +1 air, not for the wood range for the time being. And he's going to try to check. He wants to see. Okay, he sees the hatchery. He doesn't see the second hatchery. He doesn't see the Hydra end. He sees a spire, and actually this spire has already been completed. So Bisu actually will not have a chance to see what exactly is the timing here. Let's see what is his reaction. I'll just quickly show you his first-person view right now. He's looking very intense. His mouth is almost about to open, but not yet fully open. At some point, it's going to be open, because everyone remember the famous, you know, opening of the mouth picture from him. Looks like Bisu is trying to turn back with his Corsair to try to check if the skirmishes are actually following him, but it's not the case, which means this might be a fast switch into Hydras. If that is the case, making too many cannons like this is not really ideal. He's made a lot of cannons, and he's gonna be super careful here for the timing. He's okay. There's gonna be actually a mutualist attack here. He's gonna try to dance around. He loses the first probe, but the cannons come online. So I guess his prediction was correct, and he's going to be able to have adequate defense here, as well as a +1 weapon. It's going to help a lot in the defense. And if he's able to eventually, okay, this is going to be double Stargate, guys. Double Stargate will be good. It looks like Soulkey is seeing that Stargate. He probably possibly saw it with his Corsair, with his Mutualist vision. By the way, Bisu is not a really good Corsair maneuver person these days. I think Snow's got the best Corsair control. He's the one who invented that kind of this exact move right here. It is invented by Snow, but of course Bisu can also copy and learn it to a certain extent. But anyways, that'll be like complete at some point in the future, very soon. It looks like Bisu's decided it's gonna be the moment for him to move out and ask for Soulkey. What is he doing? I guess he's still lurking out there with his Mutualist, waiting for the moment for these guys to move out, and then he's gonna come right in and do a lot of damage. It looks like we have how many courses in weapon? About 7, and that starts to get a little bit dangerous here. For Soulkey to hold, there's going to be some Xenon attacking. Again, Zerglings out on the front top. Of course, both of these are players are waiting patiently. We have Templar Archive. I'm also doing something out in the background. Like, looks like these Xenons are going to get pushed back here. So Bisu is going to be on the defensive for a little bit of time here. He needs to quickly switch into Templar Archive, unless he's able to actually muster. And as you can see, that core, I'm not so sure exactly what he's upgraded. I think it's just +1 for the Corsairs, but it's going to be some problem. It looks like Soulkey's decided to dive in. He's got half the Hydra still out there not being engaged. I'm not sure if this is the right decision or not. He should have engaged everybody to the front, and now the cannons of Bisu is able to hold a little bit here. We are going to be having a little bit more. It looks like the Zelle need to move forward. One more cannons will fall, but one more cannons on the back is supporting nicely. The Corsairs need to fall back, and now the cannons will fall. Looks like we still have enough cannons. That was a misclick, I think. Mutualist dive in at just the right moment to take out the last of the cannons, but Bisu has got just enough to hold. He's going to try to chase those Mutualists away. The probes are providing a nice coverage. We need to fall back before they all die. To attack. Looks like +1 for the Corsairs have completed, so that was kind of a mistake, I feel, for Soulkey to not snipe that core before the upgrade could complete. It's gonna be a dive in, but the cannons are they almost completed. That cannon is falling very fast. The Corsairs are trying hard to attack the Mutualists. Looks like those Mutualists, all 4, they all died. Very good for Bisu to snipe them all, but what about the attack on the ground? He is going to be facing a lot of pressure, and Templar Archive, as you can see, is very late. This is the problem when you're trying to play double Stargate, that your Templar Archive is extremely late. You cannot get your High Templars out. You don't even have your Dark Templar to actually kind of passively defend. Nice attack to kill out several overlords. We're not too sure if this is going to be enough because maybe Soulkey is slightly supply blocked. We are looking at the 10-minute mark of the game, and Bisu's got 60 supply as the Soulkey. We don't know yet. We don't know exactly what is his state of thing, but I think he's still on 3 bases. He's not yet feeling that he's going to be expanding. Of course, Bisu's going to have to check the various locations on the map. You see that his forces are actually not grouped up nicely together. They're just kind of got, and Bisu want to check, do you have additional hatcheries? And now he sees that there's going to be 4th hatchery at the 1 o'clock position. He's going to try to check the main. There's hydrogens, there's a chamber. He sees everything that he wants to see, and I guess he's going to have to turn it into the next round. He's going to have to remake the core, man. Did he remake the core somewhere on this map? I'm not seeing it. Yeah, it's going to be just 5 base. Okay, looks like the Corsair is going to get chased around by these Scourges. Of course, Bisu is learning from Snow that move, and he gets the first Scourge. He gets the second Scourge. Nice maneuver from Bisu. This move was invented about a few months ago, or something like 6 months ago. It's not that old. So as you can see, Starcraft, you can still innovate and revolutionize and come up with new things, and that is one amazing characteristic of this great strategy game. Anyways, we do have the Dart Trapper coming out now from Bisu. Bisu is going to be super careful. He's still out there trying to snipe as many overlords as possible, but these Hydras are sticking back. Bisu is checking to see if the enemy has gone for a quick expansion somewhere on this map. He is not seeing it. His main is going to get mined out soon, so he needs to start to expand. Maybe because he's got a time, but who knows how much time he's got until the bingo patches dry out, and he's possibly going to be waiting to the last possible moment to go out there, and expand. Okay, I think one Corsair died there. I'm not sure exactly. There is still 5. I could not count it, but things are going very fast on Bisu's keyboard and mouse. His APM is very high. He's chosen to hide his APM. Anyways, we do have some Zelle attacking. If one more Corsair gets sniped, so I think there was 7 units selected together. So -1 probe is 6 Corsairs is what Bisu's got right now. He's gotta stop with his Corsair adventure, man. They're not really helping. And he needs to let them recharge the shield a little bit and wait for the next attack with the rest of his ground forces. Looks like I think Soulkey is going to be the one in the lead right now. Bisu has got some vital information with his Corsairs, but I don't think that he's in a good position. He needs to start to expand. Okay, looks like Bisu has got about 7 to 8 High Templars. This is a high amount of High Templars. What about Dragoons? Is he making Dragoon? Okay, there's a Dragoon range upgrading, so he's going to be able to upgrade the Dragoon range, and he was so lucky to be able to remake that and not have his Dragoon range upgrade cancelled midway, which is the typical case when you're going to be going for the core, the front side like this. Anyways, what exactly are we seeing? Looks like there's going to be Zelle just hanging out on this high ground here, and of course it's going to be super careful. Bisu is looking forward to expand towards this 530 position, but we have a Hydras already on it, so Bisu could not expand. I think he just need to focus on attacking right now and gets a Dragoon out. He need to clear one of those cannons which is blocking the path, and that is going to be the next phase of the game here. For the time being, Bisu's 122 supply is still okay. Very nice to get at least one Corsair. He loses. No, he was about to lose Corsair, but he was able to get a single Overlord. And we are seeing the Lurkers now. Lurkers start to move forward. Bisu's got some Zealot combing this middle area, and he starts to send a probe out to try to take the standard block base. Modern PvZ, especially on Eclipse, is all about mining out your main as a Protoss player as much as possible. Once you got all of that mined out, then you expand. I mean, this is how much living on the edge Protoss versus Zerg is like, especially on Eclipse. Anyways, because if you expand too quickly and the Zerg has got stronger military capabilities, he can box you in. He can cut off your expansion and your third base, and then you can basically no longer leave. And you can even sometimes just saturate your basement, and that is going to be the worst situation. Anyways, what are we seeing now? Looks like there is going to be a lot of Protoss forces moving towards Soulkey's main base. I sense a huge battle coming. What is the reaction on Bisu's face? Let's just quickly see it right now. He's intensely focused. 157 supply for him. He's got observers. The Corsairs trying to check position, and he can see that some Zerg forces as well as a hatchery was being made at the 1130 position. So that means that this area might be lightly defended. He comes forward. He's going to be to clear several Lurkers that don't have Zealot, excuse me, Zergling, and Hydra support, more reinforcement coming from that. Good storm and a little bit of a slow reaction from Soulkey. Overlords are coming out to take a lot of hits from the Dragoons. Beautiful storm coming from the left side. I think Bisu needs to decide to attack only one side and send his Hydra burst the other way around. These Zealots need to all move towards the right side, and Storm need to get ready to attack the rest of the forces. Bisu is going to be running out more forces from the gateway. Nice attack. He's going to try to storm some random units here, which is not bad. He gets a couple of Hydras. He's got to storm the rest of the forces coming from the back. He's storming great here, but he's exhausting his storm. There's some lurkers very close to the Dragoons. The Zealots are not in those areas. All of these forces are going to get completely destroyed. Need to pull the Dragoons back. They're way too close to the lurkers. I feel, and the reinforcement is a bit too slow to the scene. Observers need to be super careful. It might get sniped. Observers are trying to pull back. We have a hatchery getting sniped. Not bad, but is it worth the price? I don't know. Looks like Zelle's going to try to get surrounded. One observer gets sniped really quickly. Other observer gets sniped. Do we have another observer somewhere on the scene here? Need to storm. He's not. Okay, we do have an observer coming through these Zealots. Need to leave. He gets possibly one last lurkers, and it looks like that last lurker is going to get destroyed, and he's going to try to pull back. He's going to try to cast a final storm possibly on those Hydras. The course to kind of return, I think, is going to be a storm. Not bad, but looks like Soulkey knows that the danger is out. So he is just going to retreat with the rest of the system. It looks like Bisu gets a couple of more overlords, but it's not worth the price of his forces falling, I believe. Anyways, now Bisu's got 3 bases, but Soulkey's on 4. Soulkey's on 4, and that is starting to get a little bit dangerous here for Bisu. What can Bisu do? He's gonna try again. His supply count is not as high as it has before. 109 supply. This Dotterman is going to try to check to see if there's any kind of opening, but Bisu's main is completely dried out. Of course, in these kind of situations, Protoss is going to be able to have more upgrades and all that, but I'm not so sure how much, you know, is that a vital thing? A Dotterman is going to be completely spotted, and it's going to get taken out. Bisu's going to try to attack once again. What are those double Dottermen being used for? I don't really understand. And it looks like more Dragoon is going to come out. Bisu's attempting to take this 930 position. It's very hard to take exactly. It's going to get shut down. He needs to decide where to send the base. And these courses need to kind of forget about running around or flying around. Rather, he needs to stay exactly where they are. This is not the ideal way to use your courses in the late game, and because you still need them in case there's a mutualist switch. Anyways, there's going to be a nice attack in the map, and Bisu's able to push the rest of these Hydras back. He lost one course, so his course count is down to just 3, or maybe 2. Some point in the future could be 2. Things are moving so fast on Bisu's screen. I cannot even keep up. What is Bisu's plan? He has not yet taken 4th base. He's unable to take it in the 9th position. Zerg is having a very nice economy and possibly 4 gases. Bisu's armies, 137 supplies. It's been a while since we have a major battle. Bisu come forward now. Looks like Zerg is going to try to wait to counterattack. Nice observer to see the Hydras coming through, and Bisu is going to reach up with the rest of the forces, going to meet those Hydras head on. But that's going to be the signal for Soulkey to retreat. It's got this observer as well as overlords are very cunningly used here. Both the players are trying to get, you know, the most vital information with the smallest amount of units. Anyways, looks like Protoss gonna try to push to these end center areas. Some Hydras getting forgotten in the corner side here, and looks like there are some lurkers. So Bisu's not able to penetrate. He needs to make a decision what to do because he has not yet expanded. He is growing up. His army is looking strong, 150 supply, but he needs to kind of just take a break and expand here. Nice overlord to see that there's this probe has not taken a sign. Dragoon's going to decide and surround those Hydras, and indeed he gets a couple of Hydras in the process. Do we have any kind of counterattack from Soulkey? I'm not seeing it. Looks like there is a counterattack on this other side of the map. That Dutchman need to go out there and support the army. He's pulling back. Both the players are playing very high level Starcraft, and I think Bisu's got enough money to go for quick expansion now, but he's not yet expanding. For the time being, I guess this probe is once again getting sniped. Bisu's trying to attack. He's got some observers. I don't know if this is the right move or not. He might need to expand behind this though. He moves forward. That one lurker on the right side is going to get sniped. The lurker on the left side is going to get sniped. Zealot's going to try to pull back. He's waiting for the Hydras to engage themselves, and he will cast a storm. Zealots are being very smart to stay exactly where they are. One Stormboard Dragoon attack is great to clear a lot of Hydras. This right side of Hydras is going to get destroyed as well. Great coverage from Bisu. Is going to try to make more forces. He has not yet expanded, but if he's able to win a major battle here, as well as trade efficiently, it's going to be great. That storm was not so good. He's going to need to cast a couple more storms on the left side. That was nice to cover up a lot of lurkers, as well as Hydras. And a number of lurkers are thinking out where the observers. We're seeing some observers. There's more lurkers on the left side. He clears it. It looks like Soulkey doesn't have enough army. I don't see Soulkey's army anywhere, but looks like at the last we do have some Hydras reinforcement. That Archon is buying some time, and he's going to be to clear out those forces. Zealot get on the high ground. Oh my god, this might change the fate of the battle. He needs to send the rest of the Zealot inside the drone line, I think. There's some attack. What are those Zealots doing? They need to get on high ground. They go out there. What is he going to attack? He's going to possibly try to snipe the Spire. There's going to be some storm, and that first storm was not bad. The second storm is also not good. Bisu's going to try to reinforce. He needs to get on the high ground now. He's trying to clear out those forces. He's going to be super careful. Zealot attacking in the main. Bisu's going to expand behind this, but he's going to be losing the rest of his Dragoons. Drones are coming out. He's mine out in his main. He's mine out at his expansion. He's going to try very hard to push the Hydras back, but it's going to be great amount of Hydras reinforcement here. And Bisu, Zealot in the main of Soulkey are not being used at all. Some Zealots coming out, and Bisu behind this is not yet expanded. The next wave of Dragoons comes, and Bisu has won the game. If you enjoyed this video, bye. I'm going to be in the video. Bye bye.